Alright, hello guys, here we are back for hole number 8 here. Now what I recommend for you guys on this one is either Oceana or Bandera if you can do it. Otherwise, you can watch my guide from yesterday on the Kingmaker I did. We're going to basically stick with that same shot. Here's what did I pick? Power 1 or Power 0? I think I picked Power 0. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do this. So I think I might have touched on it a little bit. The way that, whatever input that I put in, it's a little bit more towards min club. So I can either, use the slider, which is a little bit slower, or I can just, change the percentage, for instance, and I'll do a minus 10%. Which will basically make max, it'll turn it into kind of my mid number. You can see how max kind of turns into mid when I do that. So that's basically what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go that many rings. So if that makes sense to you guys, we're just going to use the max ring number because it's faster to adjust. So if I can just reduce the elevation to, say, minus 10%, and here you can see that I'll input 5.2, and I'll just go 4.5 rings for my adjustment. Similarly, I'm going to need to offset the guide. So here you'll see kind of what I'm doing here with my ball guide, kind of tweaking it off to the side, very similarly to this, because there is going to be wind effect. So what I usually do is maybe I'll pull over to, say, 2 rings here, and then I'll just kind of pull it through an additional maybe 2.5 rings. So that's a 4.5 ring adjustment. Caught a great ball. Little slow on my timing. Let's see how this works out. Almost had it. So the way that it does work out for you is you'll see that especially with the wind 5 ball, you're going to have very good wind adjustment, but it is a very moundy hill there. So even with the great ball, sometimes you can actually get these to drop. So that is kind of the beauty of going for that spot. But as I mentioned, you'll just want to, try to land it, as flat as you can. But you can see, especially when you move the ball guide over, sometimes you move over a ring and the ball guide doesn't change much. So you'll see a lot of mounds and hills. So you do want that perfect ball, but it is very manageable that you'll be able to make it. And I'm glad that somebody did hit that, because that is an approach that you can take, and I am going to do it once for you guys. So now that you've seen kind of a Kingmaker straight, a Oceana straight, which I would recommend you guys doing the Oceana straight if it was me. But I am going to do, well, it doesn't necessarily need to be an Oceana, but it can be. And I'm going to go over to the left like that. I think that's a very good alternate approach for you guys to go. And just to reduce some time here, I'm going to forfeit out of the shootout and just move on to hole number 9. Now, with hole number 9, the more power that you go, the better. So, especially if you can go a power 4. You haven't even seen me do that yet, but I'm going to do it for you guys, just so you can see kind of a better approach to hopefully, potentially make it on hole number 9. So, I am going to do that for you guys, and hopefully, we can get a very good chance to be able to hold it out with a power 4 ball. So good luck with that 8th hole, guys. Be sure to look out and check out hole number 9 coming up.